Good afternoon. Could the party please be seated on the podium? Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Doug Miller. I have the privilege of serving as MCG's Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, and it is my honor to welcome you to the hooding ceremony for the 186th graduating class of the Medical College of Georgia at Augusta University. Please stand now as the national anthem is sung by members of the SeroTONEins musical group.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome. University System of Georgia Regents, President Keel, Provost McKinnon, Dean Hess, Dean Nuss, distinguished faculty, honored guests, friends, family, and members of the class of 2022. The hooding of the 186th graduation class of the Medical College of Georgia at Augusta University is now in session. We look forward to welcoming you to what will be a wonderful 2.5-hour celebration of our medical school and this graduating class. I'll remind you that the Medical College of Georgia is the state's only public medical school and one of the 10 largest medical schools in this nation. These students came to us from across Georgia and around the United States 4 years ago, their hearts and minds ready to begin a journey toward the profession of medicine. And in the words of one of my esteemed predecessors, Dr. Ree Fincher, it has been a marathon, not a sprint. Working individually and in teams, the class of 2022 devoted themselves to our MCG missions: the mastery of medicine, the care of the sick, scientific discovery, and an abiding concern for our Georgia-wide communities. In the broadest sense, they have embraced the healing arts in the public interest. They have done us proud on all accounts, and today we recognize their sacrifice and effort by hooding them with the academic colors of their chosen profession. Following their graduation, they will go on to postgraduate residency training programs at 29 different specialties in 28 states. We are delighted that 26% of our graduates will stay right here in Georgia. Under the leadership of President Keel and Dr. Hess, we are also undertaking a bold plan to increase that Georgia retention figure to more than 50% in coming years. So congratulations on this big next step in your life's journey. None of the MCG students present today could have made it to this point without grit and help. A debt of gratitude is owed to family members and friends, and to the patients who permitted you to provide care as you practiced and learned, and to the devoted MCG faculty, over 2,000 strong across Georgia, who have taught, mentored, encouraged, and supported you over the last 4 years. Please join me and the party on the stage in thanking all of these contributors to your successful medical education. Class of 2022, The Medical College of Georgia is proud of you, and we have the utmost confidence that you will further the MCG tradition of excellence in your every pursuit throughout your lives. We'd also like to extend special thanks to all those in the Office of Learner Affairs and Academic Affairs who have assisted in planning this joyous event. Please now join me in acknowledging the members of the stage party and other distinguished guests, institutional administrators, MCG leadership, and faculty. It's now my privilege and pleasure to introduce Dr. Shelley Nuss, who is the campus dean at the Medical Partnership campus in Athens, Georgia. She will now deliver her welcome remarks to the crowd.
Well, wow, what a day. You guys excited? This is the big one. You made it. So I'm Shelley Nuss, and I serve as the campus dean at the Medical Partnership in Athens. And I'm here to bring greetings and welcome from all of our faculty and staff, and to just say congratulations to the class of 2022. You know, it's been a journey at the Medical Partnership campus. This is actually the 9th graduating class from Athens. It's a 4-year campus, and we're excited to see what all of you are about to accomplish. The life of a physician will require a lot from you, but each of you and every one of you will have the opportunity to make an impact in countless lives throughout your career. Today, we're just honored to call you our new colleagues in medicine. Be proud of the work you have accomplished. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, as we say, but we're confident as you leave today from MCG that you are prepared and ready to face whatever lies before you. I want to thank Augusta University. I want to thank the University of Georgia for all of their ongoing support of the Medical Partnership for the past 10 years. Our community partners have also been pivotal and has really created an unparalleled experience for our students at MCG that study in Athens. So we're grateful for the support from all of our partners. So I'll just end with, as you leave MCG today, please remember to put the patient at the center of your focus and to bring to the bedside, and this is important, not your knowledge, not your skills, you've got all that, but your humanity, your compassion, and your concern. You can do it. You made it. Be confident and leave feeling good about the education you just received here at the Medical College of Georgia and at the Medical Partnership. So hats off. Again, congratulations to the class of 2022. Savor and cherish this moment. We're so proud of you. And I have to say, as we say in Athens, go Dogs. So it's my honor and privilege now to bring up the president of Augusta University, a good friend and colleague, Dr. Brooks Keel.
Thank you and good afternoon. What a beautiful day it is, and what a great day to come together and celebrate this milestone in your life. I first want to thank all of our students here for choosing the Medical College of Georgia as a place to receive your education. We know you could have gone many other places, and you chose to come here, and for 194 years, this great institution has been producing some of the most outstanding physicians in the world. And we're very glad that you chose this place to receive your education to become one of those. I want to thank the parents, the families members, the spouses, the partners, the grandparents. Without your support, there's no question that these incredible young men and women will not be here today. So we greatly appreciate all that you do. In just a little while, about 3/4 of you will be taking your residency somewhere outside of the state of Georgia, and you do that because you can go anywhere you want to go. We hope sincerely that you will choose to come back to Georgia to practice your trade and your craft, because we need young physicians like you so desperately. So please don't forget where your degree came from, and please come home. The hooding has all sorts of symbolism, and you'll hear some of that today, but to me it symbolizes the end of a journey. The end of a journey that for most of you started 20 years ago in the first grade. Can you imagine that? But this is also the week of commencement. And so in addition to being the end of that particular journey, this is also the beginning of your next journey and the rest of your life. We want to congratulate you. We want to thank you. We are so incredibly proud of you. And go Jags! I want to acknowledge a couple of very important guests we have with us today. First is Regent Everett Kennedy. Regent Kennedy, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you being with us. And Regent Tommy Hopkins, an orthopedic surgeon. And Regent Hopkins will now come forward and give greetings on behalf of the Board of Regents.
Well, thank you, President Keel and Dean Hess, for inviting me here today. I feel sorry for these guys in that they only graduated with one diploma today. My son went to dental school here, and it started off as MCG, then became Georgia Health Science University, Georgia Regents University, and now the Dental College of Georgia at Augusta University. So congratulations to the MCG class at Augusta University. On behalf of the Board of Regents, I'm here to congratulate you on your accomplishments as you enter your next phase of being a physician. I've served on this board for 12 years and always excited to see each new class and product of our public colleges and universities. You have proven yourselves and dedicated your life to a truly wonderful and rewarding life, and we celebrate you here today with your hoodie. The next venture you enter may be in Georgia or many other states. You have matched in 28 states and 29 specialties. The largest group of you, 26%, will stay with us in Georgia, whose citizens have supported this institution and others around the state. Most have been long established, and there are new residencies in primary care and critical needs specialties recently accredited in Georgia in the last several years. Our message to you today is to remember this, and if you leave for training, please return, as President Keel mentioned. Although we are the 6th or 7th most populous state in the country, we are still about 40th or so in physicians per capita. Georgia truly needs you. 42 years ago, I was in your same position, wondering what field to enter. This has been a hard decision for most of you. The specialty path you choose is what makes you happy and instills the desire to care for those entrusted to you. There will be days you question your choice and your abilities. There will be patients under your care in which you are their last resort before succumbing to disability or death. Unfortunately, there will also be those patients who frustrate you and challenge your composure due to noncompliance or inability for them to understand. In these times, just remember how blessed you really are. When I've had these times, I remember a Bible verse that was once quoted to me in a similar situation. That was Matthew 25, verse 40. Inasmuch as ye have done it unto the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Congratulations to the Medical College Georgia of 2022. Georgia is proud of you, and so is the Board of Regents. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Regent Hopkins. And he really wants you to come back because he needs a partner. He's a very busy orthopedic surgeon. In fact, when Shelley, Nuss, and I visited him a few years ago, I think he was interrupted about 4 times, Shelley. So please, we do need you back, particularly the many of you who are going into orthopedic surgery. So I want to congratulate the class of 2022 and welcome and thank the parents, the friends, the spouses, and everyone who supported you. Please stand up, turn around, and thank them. And I want to thank the parents and the spouses for entrusting, like Dr. Keel said, your students to us because, in a way, they're adopted by us and they're part of our family. So you're all part of the great tradition, which is the Medical College of Georgia. It dates back to 1828. You're a class that went through the pandemic, and our founder, Milton Anthony, died in an epidemic of yellow fever taking care of Augustans who were very sick. In fact, he's buried just a couple blocks from here. So you're part of a great tradition, a grand tradition, and in many ways, I think our former greats are watching over us like a cloud of witnesses. Remember, medicine is not a job or even a career like Shelley Nuss says. I think we all agree it's a calling and a vocation. Find the joy of medicine. Sometimes that is found in the most unexpected places, in being there with the suffering patient for whom everything has been exhausted. Remember John Fisher, who spoke last year. We have two great speakers in a row here who, when I would run into him when I was downcast in my career, would say, love what you do, and you never work a day in your life. And it's so true. Always be patient-focused, but put your faith and family first. Then we'll be able to make it through the dark and difficult times that comes in all of our lives, none of us can avoid, and you will cherish the many good times. You come from all over Georgia. The backbone of MCG is our partnership campus and our regional campus system. I'd like to acknowledge all our regional campus deans and partnership dean Shelley, who already spoke, Leonard Reeves from Rome, Wayne Rentz and Elizabeth Gray from the southeast Savannah and Brunswick campus, and Doug Patton and Kush Desai from Albany. They're all surrogate parents to your students, and that we all love you very much. Now, it's my privilege, probably, John Fisher was a great privilege to introduce last year, and I have one just as good to introduce this year. These are two of my favorite people, and I get to introduce Robyn Hatley, who exemplifies the best of MCG and our great tradition. So Robyn Hatley is an outstanding pediatric surgeon, honored educator, and role model. He did all his training here. He's an MCG lifer. He's practiced here more than 35 years. You can read in the program some of his many accomplishments, but I'll just name a few. He served as a counselor for the MCG Summer Educational Enrichment Program, which you know is SEEP, one of the best pipeline programs in the country for students from underrepresented, non-traditional, and economically disadvantaged backgrounds. He has mentored countless medical students and residents and faculty through his long career, sometimes in the gym, I found out, and students like Ellen Strother, whose life he saved when she was a newborn in respiratory failure. He placed her on ECMO, which can temporarily take over the work of the lungs and heart until her lungs cleared and she could breathe on her own. As a 20-year-old, she wanted to be a physician, so Ellen came back to shadow Dr. Hatley, and she is now finishing her third year of medical school and will be at this ceremony next year. Now, Dr. Hatley has been honored with the medical school's Exemplary Teaching Award, too numerous to count times, I think only second to John Fisher, who is here. He's also been named Educator of the Year by the class of 2008, and in 2017, he received the Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Award, which recognizes faculty members who are exemplars of humanism in their career of patients. Now, Dr. Hatley has other many interests. Much of them is training and athletics, and he attended Eastern Kentucky University. He was a captain of the Colonel's football team, and he excelled academically. Now, last night we took him out to dinner, and I had 6 bright medical students, 3 class presidents, and 3 other students, and I gave them a simple multiple choice question based on the national boards. What position did he play at Eastern Kentucky? And I laid it out there, including the correct answer last. Every single one of them guessed wide receiver at tight end. I repeated this experiment at lunch today with 2 Board of Regent members, Tommy Hopkins and Everett Kennedy. And I asked them, although I didn't give them multiple choice, what position do you think he played? Wide receiver or quarterback? Well, in fact, and you're going to be surprised when you see him stand up, he was an offensive lineman, but a left tackle. And I don't think your quarterback was very mobile, was he? And he really is the left tackle for MCG. He later graduated from the University of Kentucky College of Medicine, and he came here in 1981. Another reason I really like Dr. Hatley is that he's a Jersey boy like I am. We're both from New Jersey. He grew up in Jersey City. I told him he was born in Detroit, but formative years in Jersey City from age 8 through high school. And I often still see him running along Walton Way and Montesano early in the mornings. And he's always running with a group of women. Now, I'm not sure if the women are running with him or he's running with them, but he runs at a very, very fast pace. So it's really my pleasure to honor Robyn Hatley. He gives some of the best talks. He has a great sense of humor. He is absolutely inspirational, and he's one of the best storytellers I know. And when I usually leave him, my gut hurts from laughing so much. So please welcome Dr. Robyn Hatley, our graduation speaker.
Hello and congratulations to everyone. You know, Dean Hess, that was nice of you. Now, this is true. He said, Hatley, you got 15 minutes. Now I'll let you know when to start. I'll let you know. You used to do like they do in Old Baptist Church. Come tap me on the shoulder and say, it's time for you to sit down. You know, everyone has used the term, the journey. And it's interesting. My topic to you today is the journey continues. It continues. Through the class of 2022, their families, friends, President Keel, Dean Hess, the other deans, faculty, fellow physicians, and guests. I am pleased, humbled, and honored to have been asked by the class of 2022 to be the keynote speaker on this special occasions. Congratulations on a significant milestone in your life, completion of medical school. It's a tough haul, but you all have done it, and have done it well. You are embarking now on your next amazing journey, residency. Don't let anyone tell you, residency is fun. But during residency, there will be 3 constants in your residency. 1, change. 2, the truth. And 3, choices. Life is about making choices. The residency you have chosen will bring happiness, frustrations, challenges, moments of profound intellectual stimulation, and deep satisfaction. There will be moments of discouragement and at times feeling completely overwhelmed. The path you have chosen requires evaluation of both your professional and personal goals. Any career impacts personal lifestyle to some extent. If you're going to have joy, health, and a long, successful career that you truly enjoy, you need to know what motivates, encourages, supports, and inspires you. Whether it is your faith, family, friends, or health. And someone brought up about your calling. If you have able to tap into the notion of a calling, which would be fantastic, you will be fortunate indeed. It holds the key to a long, fruitful career. Pursue your calling with enthusiasm, commitment, and kindness. This leads to fulfillment, contentment, and a sense of accomplishment. People have asked me, how do you know you got that calling? You'll know. You'll know. Because when you do the little things, just like you do the big things. You know, sometimes we think, like in the OR, helping moving the patient, cleaning up the floor. Those are the little things. You think the big thing is just the operation, but when you do the little things, just like you do the big things, you're gonna say, hey, and you do it with the same gusto and enthusiasm, you know you reach your calling. There's a great book by Admiral William H. McRaven. While you have a little time, read this. It's called Make Your Bed. And it's a fascinating story. This guy was a Navy SEAL. Read that, and I think that'll get you even more ready for your residency. Don't feel trapped or confined by a choice you made early on. If you decided you wanted to do surgery and realized after 2 years, this is not for me, change. That's what I'm telling you, that you will have change. Change, because you got to love what you're doing and love how you do it. Love what you're doing and love how you're doing. Your residency is teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. You will be tackling more and more complex problems which require input and help from many people with distinct expertise. And the patients are more complex. Everything is more complex. Some days you will lead, and some days you will follow. Your teammates will aid you on your journey. Respect every teammate, every team member equally. From the janitor to the top caregiver, give them the exact same respect. And for you Georgia fans, that means treat the top dog, I think it's D-A-W-G, just like you treat everyone else. Keep something in mind. The physician doesn't save lives, the team. Use Georgia again. The quarterback didn't win that national championship. The team won that national championship. Residency is a journey, not a destination. Be resilient and persevere during tough times. It is essential that you take care of yourself. Prevent burnout. Prevent asking yourself if you are doing the right thing. Have no doubts. Doubts and fears have killed more dreams than failure ever have. No doubts. During residency, you need balance in your life. There are 4 key components to have balance in your life. And you can put them in whatever order you want. But it's work, family, spirituality, and your health. The question is asked, well, how do you keep balance? I'm gonna give you a few suggestions. 1, manage your mind. Your thoughts control your life. There is a battle in your brain 24 hours a day. I mean, it's just working all the time. This battle, you will struggle. And you'll sit there and say, well, I won't. You're gonna struggle between right and wrong. If you always do the right thing, you won't have to struggle with that. You're never wrong doing the right thing. It often takes courage and integrity. Cullen was talking about integrity last night, and I said, well, I'll leave that alone because he's gonna hear a little bit more about it today. The supreme quality of a physician is unquestionable integrity. That's doing the right thing when no one else is watching. Integrity. There's a battle between good and bad. There is never a bad time to do good. Show compassion. Show kindness. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. What happens with these battles when you keep struggling with them? It just causes mental fatigue. You don't need mental fatigue. If you do the right thing, do good, you won't get that mental fatigue. Because when you go home at night, take your shower, you're gonna say, what a good day. Now, are all days gonna be good? As my colleague says, some days you're gonna do everything you can, but the patient's not gonna do well. But you have done good. The mind is a key to peace and happiness. A managed mind leads to tranquility. You need to find tranquility within yourself. You aren't gonna find tranquility for someone else or anything else. It's got to be something within here. A managed mind leads to confidence. A managed mind leads to strength, security, and serenity. 2, take care of your body. This is our temple. This is our temple. Eat properly. Nothing wrong with getting your McDonald's and your other stuff and having your, I know a nice little lady that says fruit comes in, wine is nothing but a liquefied fruit. You could have that. You could have that every now and then. But eat well. Energize, recharge yourself as much as you charge your cell phones. You know how y'all with the cell phones, every computer, you popping one in there, so keep yourself recharged. Get adequate rest. And what is adequate rest? Rest for one person adequate for one person is going to be different from another. One person might need 4 hours, but someone else might need 8. Get adequate rest. Exercise. Now, what you need to do, get yourself a good schedule. And if you can't average exercising 30 minutes a day over a 2-week period, get your life back in balance. That means you're getting out of whack. That causes stress. You need to get your life in balance. You got to exercise. That keeps the mind intact. If you keep the mind intact, everything else will follow. Spirituality. We all have a spirit, which is the non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotion and character. It's a seat of emotion and character. Keep your spirit upbeat. Don't let nothing or no one break your spirit. Nothing or no one break your spirit. Because you're going to be tested. You will be tested. Just as your body requires a balanced diet, the spirit needs a regular intake of prayer, meditation, scripture, self-examination, and confession. You need someone that you could say, I want to tell you something. Have someone hold you accountable. We all need accountability. Have someone hold you. Your best friend, your mom, your dad, someone that you feel I can confess to, and they're going to listen to you. Spirituality and ethics are an integral part in the care of your patients. You need to see beyond the mere science and incorporate the art of medicine. Whenever the art of medicine is loved, there is also love of humanity. And Hippocrates said that a long time ago. Do not compromise the doctor-patient relationship. That's going to be hard sometimes because you're thinking about, I want to get home, I got to do my EMRs. For y'all, that's electronic medical records. And while the patient is talking to you, your back is to the patient and you working. Think about this. Suppose your significant other, you talking to them and your back is to them. What would you think? Somebody tell me, what would you think? You wouldn't like that. You say that's total disrespect. That's what patients think. Look them eye to eye. Talk with them. And I know in this age of COVID and all these things, sometimes, and that's where the art of medicine comes in, sometimes just touching a hand, when you're giving them information, putting a hand on a shoulder, that's the art of medicine. And you say, well, how do I know that? That's the art. You will know it. You will feel it. You will know when you need to touch someone. And they were very accepting of that, to give them a hug. We're getting away from that. We want to pull that back in. Your spirit will be enriched by each and every patient you care for. I'm sure my colleagues up here can tell you about patients they took care of back in medical school. They still feel it in their heart. And when you get a chance, you ask any of them, they'll tell you. I'll tell you about this patient back in 1975, and you're thinking, 75? I wasn't even born in 1975. A great theologian had an acronym, HALT, H-A-L-T, which your spirit during your residency and life will be challenged and tested. You're going to ask me, what does HALT stand for? H, hungry. A, angry. L, lonely. T, tired. It's not if those things are going to happen to you in your residency, it's when. And it happens in every relationship that we have. Now, that's trying to beat you down. But the fruit of the Spirit will keep you upbeat. That will keep you upbeat. Let me give you the fruit of the Spirit. You notice I didn't say the fruits, not a plural, the fruit. You can't pick out what you want to pick out. You want to take it all. Love, that's a behavior. And I think when my other colleagues talked about taking care of the weak, taking care of broken people, loving the unlovable, because you aren't going to like all your patients, and they're going to test you. But when you know how to love the unlovable, it makes everything better, because that enriches your spirit. Joy, putting another's welfare ahead of your own. Peace, when you're doing the right thing, when you go home at night, you feel good. It's not much better feeling. Patience, I'm still working on that. So I'm gonna give you all a shot. Start now. Patience, it will be tested. Kindness and goodness. Sometimes we think that's very easy to do, but when you're under stress, as Dr. Ray used to say, the boogeyman will come at you sometime. And these are things, when you incorporate all these, it'll make it better. Faith, gentleness, a calm answer turns back anger, and self-control. Think about it. When the halt drops in your life, think about these, the fruit of your spirit. The fruit of the Spirit is contagious. I promise you, if someone see you acting a certain way, your colleagues, your peers, and other workers in the world is watching you. Everything you do, someone is watching you. As a result of a good spirit, you experience the following benefits. You will get tired, but you will not burn out. You may experience distress, but will not get desperate. You will not become overwhelmed with discouragement or obstacles, knowing that the Spirit within you will enable you. But one of the biggest things is joy and peace in times of trials and tribulations. Self-care is essential. Take care of yourself. Otherwise, you aren't no good to anyone else. Take care of yourself. I want to leave you with a few thoughts here in closing. Make time for life, enriching things, and do it now. Keep fun in your life. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your friends. Setting priorities is not a compromise, but a choice. Now, people with children, you listen to this well. People with children, I'll tell you what I want you to go home and do. How many of y'all know what a record player is? Y'all know what a record player is. I want you to go home, get the record player out, ask your grandparents, maybe some of y'all's parents. There's a great song. It's called Cats in the Cradle. How many of the grandparents know about Cats in the Cradle? Come on, let me hear something. Cats in the Cradle. It's by Harry Chapin. And Cat Stevens also sang it. But if you don't listen to it, read the words. They're so powerful. This song was written in 1974. And if you have a record player, and for you all who don't know, they used to have these records, they put them on 45s, and then they had 33s. When you're sitting there having one of your favorite beverages, you put that Cats in the Cradle on and hear the crackling from as it's going around the turntable, they call it, going around that turntable, you hear that crackling. It's nothing like it. Here, come on, somebody tell me. Am I telling the truth? Hold on, am I telling the truth? You know, we got all that fancy stuff with what is that, Pandora and all that sounds clear. But until you hear the good crackling of that music, it's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. But in all seriousness, listen to that song, Cats in the Cradle, and listen to it. You don't want to wind up like that. Listen to it, though. Someone else brought this up. I think, whoever brought this up, I think they took my paper and they started reading it. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You could be the smartest person in here, but if you go in there with a lousy attitude, you won't see them again. Good manners and a good attitude will open doors that the best education cannot. Good manners and a good attitude will open up doors that the best education cannot. Embrace change. Be flexible. Is my man Kevin in here? I want you to flow like water. Flow. The water will make that change. Well done is better than well said. Excellence of performance will transcend artificial barriers created by man. If you're good at what you do, they don't care what you look like or nothing else. They're gonna come to you. Your academic achievements, job positions, or financial success may get you recognized by others, but it is the quiet work you do in the lives of people that will live long after you're gone. What will you be remembered for? The truly educated never graduate, never stop learning, never stop asking questions. Dream big and be bigger doers of your dream. Dreams that come into reality. Imagine the impossible and do it. And I have another favorite song. I know the folks over 60, I know they know this one. John Lennon wrote this song in 1971. Imagine. Great song. Again, when you have one of your nice beverages, put that song on. Listen to it. It is so important in your career and in the world today. Perhaps some days things will not be going so perfectly for you as they are today. A great little book, it'll take you all of 15 minutes. When you come home one night, the attendant been chewing your tail all day. Now you're gonna get chewed, I promise you. That's all part of the business, but you just take it. That's called resilience. Where you go home and you pull this little book out called Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach. This will just raise your spirits up. Be prepared to be accountable for everything you do. Be prepared to welcome your patients' participation in decisions about their care. Establish positive, good relationships. Don't forget, medicine is an art as well as a science. I wish you all great success in your residency for personal growth and lifelong friendships, which makes your residency such a rewarding, wonderful time as your journey continues. Work hard, have fun, live your best life, keep joy and creativity in that whole sphere. I thank the class of 2022, President Keel, Dean Hess, for the privilege to be a part of this very memorable occasion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Hatley, for helping the class of 22 protect the blind side. During this segment of our program, we have the opportunity to recognize several outstanding members of our faculty and senior class. I'd ask Dr. Keel to come to the podium to begin with our first award presentation. President Keel.
Thank you very much. The John F. Beard Award is a $40,000 award given by William Porter, Billy Payne, and his wife Martha to a graduating Augusta University student who exemplifies caring and compassion in health care. The award was established in 1998 in memory of Mrs. Payne's father, who died of cancer the previous year. The John F. Beard Award honors President Emeritus Francis Tedesco and Mr. Beard's physician, Dr. Mark Williams, a 1988 Medical College of Georgia graduate who treated Mr. Beard during his hospitalization at AU Health. Nominees for this award are submitted to the University Senate, and the representatives from the Senate make the final selection. This is one of the most prestigious awards given annually to a student. A composite plaque listing past recipients moves around campus and is housed in the college of that year's student recipient. It currently resides in the College of Nursing. I'm pleased to report that after today, the composite plaque will move back to the Medical College of Georgia. This year's award recipient exemplifies the high compassionate ideals of the John F. Beard Award by repeatedly demonstrating an unwavering commitment to health quality, equity, reducing health disparities through direct action and advocacy. Even before starting medical school, this student endeavored to innovate access to primary care and improve health equity. During undergraduate school at the University of Georgia, this student co-founded a free health clinic for the underserved and uninsured communities in Athens, Georgia. This student also volunteered at local health clinics, once again providing free health care for the uninsured and underprivileged. While volunteering at a local health center, this student researched the reasons for so many missed appointments at a free clinic. He discovered the main barrier was lack of transportation, and he knew something needed to be done to address this issue. With dedication, passion, and enthusiasm, he worked to help establish the Athens Free Mobile Clinic that brings free health care to underserved communities in Athens to help people get the health care they need despite obstacles that they may face. The clinic volunteers traveled to neighborhoods around town, setting up tables and tents in the heart of the communities. Throughout his entire medical school career, he has remained active in the operation of this clinic, supporting and serving the underserved community in the Athens area. This clinic that he helped found has provided the following since this inception: over 132,000 in free medical care to more than 600 underserved patients, over 3,433 free COVID-19 tests for vulnerable community members, and over 1,300 COVID-19 vaccinations. An associate dean wrote the following: students like this one, who wield compassion, kindness, and altruism for their patients, families, and their communities, are what will sustain improvements and enhance health care. One of his professors stated, the work that this student has done will continue for years. His impact cannot be measured in the number of patients seen or the number of students who participate. This student currently serves as the class of 2022 Student Government Organization Community Service and Volunteer Chair. He helped coordinate and oversee the realization of numerous events to support local and state efforts. The Interim Associate Dean of Academic and Student Affairs expressed the impact this student has had as follows: honestly, students like this student are the reason I picked up my life, moved across the country, and now work at the Medical College of Georgia at Augusta University. For all these reasons and many others, it is my distinct honor to officially recognize Syed Hamza Ali as this year's recipient of the prestigious John F. Beard Award. Would you please come forward and accept this award? I'd now like to introduce Drs. Jennifer Tucker and Robyn McClowry, who will continue awards presentations. Thank you.
The Physician's Physician Award is presented to graduating medical students who demonstrate the greatest aptitude for and devotion to the profession of medicine.
This year, both campuses voted for the individual whom they would most likely seek out after appropriate training as a personal physician. The individuals chosen this year have demonstrated empathy, grace, and teamwork throughout their clinical training.
It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage for this year's Physician's Physician Award from the Augusta campus, Peyton McElhoon.
And from the Medical Partnership campus, Ronak Dave. And now it is my honor to introduce Dr. Bunja Rungruang, who is the Medical College of Georgia Counselor for the Gold Humanism Honor Society.
Thank you. The Leonard Toe Humanism in Medicine Award recognizes the ideals of outstanding compassion in the delivery of care and respect for patients, their families, and healthcare colleagues, as well as demonstrated clinical excellence. This year, 2 students and 2 faculty members were selected to receive the award, one from each of our co-chapters at our 2 campuses. The awards are sponsored by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. It is my pleasure to welcome our students Alexandra Flemington from the Augusta campus and Leah Topper from the Athens campus. And I would also like to welcome our 2 faculty awardees, Drs. Kevin Lindsay Allen Jr. from the Augusta campus and Dr. Thomas Howdy-Shell from the Athens campus to the podium to receive the awards. And I'll invite Dr. Miller back to the podium.
Thank you, Bunja. So, we are at last at the point in the program that the program is named for, the hooding. All of you have been very patient, and I'd now like to begin the formal portion of the program by inviting the hooders and the announcers in Wave 1 to assume their positions. And that part of the process will begin as soon as they are in those positions.
Nicole Beisel Carson. Evan Alexander Genova. Harun Sayed Alam. I'd like you to please hold your applause until all three candidates have been announced so that we can make sure to hear their names. So, Boyd Thomas Guttery, Emma Burke, Nicole Brown. Jessica Amero, Erica Cherian, Haley Elizabeth Fredericks. Nolan Blakely Ayers, Atul Lode, Shane Daimling,
We need to be coming up faster.
Yes.
Who gets them doing that?
The remaining candidates can come to the edge of the stage to be ready. Thank you. Nicholas Cantu, Rohita Basker, Brandon Donnelly, Jameson Kennerly Ragsdale, William Black, Olivia Mendel, Melissa Rachel Downey, Jennifer Sue, James Dickey, Christy St. Clair, Nicholas Robertson, Alexandra Flemington,
Liana Mosley, Emily Moore, Walker Boyd, Brittany Gill. Grant Gosden. John Clement. Rahil Patel. Kate McCarty. Pasley Gordon. Mary Camp. Alfredo Botet. Keely Denson. Martin Halachek. Ashton Kelly. Hannah Pakiam. Kevin Liu. Andy Huang. Christian Cullen. Natalie Sanders. Catherine Kwan. Caitlin McBride.
Nimratha Mailarapu. John Brocker. Rodney Eric Littlejohn. Kyler Harrington. Omar Hayek. Veena Ganapathy. Lucas Johnson. Clara Horner. Madison Morton. Nicholas Winan. Sneha Saretti. Farha Pirani. June Moon. Matthew Pearson. John Howard. Lucas Traub Ribbons. Brock Parman. Mary Margaret Moses. Garima Sinha. Yush Mehta.
Madison Stokes, Nadia Zafar. Chen Yang, Hathis Sangbathula, Sarah Sussman. Narali Patel, Pranjal Mishra, Priyanka Vapula. Mary Torello. Peyton McElhone, Eric Olson, Fakra Sultan. Catherine Will, Jin Yuk Song, Garrett Broxton. Dayton Grogan, Umber Akbar, Pranav Prabhu. Austin Delaney, Kanwar Singh, Andrew Wise. Lindsay Whitesides.
Barrett Sanders, Matthew Sopsher, Selena Fussell. Kyle Wilkerson, Rick Saha, Darby Woodling. Latarsha Taylor, Henri Tweebell, Neha Arun Mudungurli. Daniel Pore, Philip Zhang, Natasha Venukopal. Christiana Unbunge, Hannah Asifa, Alec Brush. Natalie Seaman, Alina Bubb, Catherine Boatman. John Zachary Benton, Marissa Balcom, Jason Brown. George Aubrey Wheeler III, August Beisel, Ajay Patel. Camilla Albo, Esther Bibe, Natalie Bertrand. Caroline Ann McElhannon, Shinu Shrakal, Eudoxie Bataba.
Daniel Weintraub, Sri Lakshmi Kishore, Gabriel Izuma. Kelly Clemens, David Nelwan, Emily Huch. Danielle Shari Lewis, Vuk Lachmanovich, Weibo Fu. Robert Havranek, Nina Thomason, Eddie Chang. Akash Chakravarti, Jordana Barad, Najia Okasha. Jasmine Elliston, Leticia Cortez, Umar Gilzai. Patrick McLean, Arsh Moman, Tyler Lipscomb. Lawson Inokekwa, Charlotte Greenway, Tom Lee. John Sugar, Alex Chen, Sonali Ponkshe. Riley Racine, Gaida Ganim, Deirdre Wright,
John Corsin, Jordan Mattern, Andrew Wana, Christopher Pham, Samantha Spelisi, Shruta Gupta. Brooke Quatermamus, Shalani Bimaru, Chantel Griffith. Sahitha Edwali, Matthew Potter, Isabella Mateo. James Caruso, Jabria James, Heather Frazier. Luke Anders, Isha Osa, Mun D. Janice Owens Walton, Averil Sharma, Brandon Sellers. Stephen Pullum, Thomas Barrett, Sierra Fleming. Rohit Munagala, Robert Nelson, Alessandria Garcia. Nordia Matthews, Nina Onawaha.
Once they're off the stage. Thank you. Mohammed Ajwa, Saeed Ali, Emily Anderson. Liam Bendig, Andrew Block, Sarah Bowman. Great, thank you. Andrew Brodman, Daniel Chung, Matthew Cornelison. Rowanak Dave, Grant Deedy, James Fricks. Thank you. Thank you. Brannon Hicks, Logan Hobus, Lindsay Kangas. Thank you. Thank you. Grace Kim, Alexander Kohlhoff, Jacob Lowing. Got another one. Grace Lee, Anita Matramui, Demetra Menza Bonzu.
Brianna Moppins, Mia Oliver, Ravish Patel. Dylan Patel, Ravina Patel. Socorro Ballesteros Relia. Joseph Ruiz, Lauren Slarks. Taylor Tabb, Leah Topper, Gershon Tuteja. Harini Vakamudi, Amanda Wachtel, Zachary Walter. Catherine Wehrmeyer, Sean Zhu.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the doctors of the class of 2022.
Okay, please be seated and congrats again. Well, wow, I have the great honor of leading us in the Hippocratic Oath. So in our profession, it's been a custom for more than 2,000 years that no one may be admitted who is not firstly, wait, am I in the right? Yeah. Okay, it sounds like I'm reading the Hippocratic Oath, sorry. Although the original language of the Hippocratic Oath is somewhat antiquated, we still find great meaning in this oath. It's been slightly modified to better fit in our contemporary world. Speaking the words of this oath marks a transition in our lives as it commemorates official entry into the profession, with all of its obligations to care for those entrusted to us. I call upon now the class of 2022, along with all physicians in the room who choose to retake this oath, to now stand and join us in reciting together the Hippocratic Oath. The text of the oath is printed in the program, I think on page 6. I do solemnly swear by that which I hold most sacred, that I will be loyal to the profession of medicine and just and generous to its members, that I will lead my life and practice my art in uprightness and honor, that into whatsoever home I shall enter, it shall be for the good of the sick and the well, to the utmost of my power, and that I will hold myself aloof from wrong and from corruption and from the tempting to others to vice, that I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and the prevention of disease, and will give no drugs and perform no operation for a criminal purpose, and far less suggest such a thing. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of men and women, which is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep inviolably secret. These things I do promise, and in proportion as I am faithful to this oath, may happiness and good repute be ever mine, the opposite if I shall be forsworn. Thank you and congrats again to the class of 2022.
I would now like to bring forward the class presidents for the Augusta campus and the Athens campus of the Medical College of Georgia, Drs. Christian Cullen and Taylor Tabb, who will represent all of you at the Augusta University commencement. Drs. Hess and Tucker will confer the MD degree on behalf of MCG and Augusta University to both of them as representatives of the class of 22 at the 6 p.m. commencement ceremony, immediately following this hooding reception. To acknowledge their service as your class presidents for the past 4 years, Dr. Hess has also presented them with a medallion at the awards ceremony held for the graduates earlier this week. Please join me in thanking them sincerely for all they have done for their class. It now gives me truly great pleasure to introduce the class of 22 Augusta class president, my most junior colleague, Dr. Christian Cullen.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Good afternoon, class of 2022 and MCG faculty, and welcome family, friends, and loved ones to the MCG hooding ceremony, or as what I like to call the Facebook Profile Pic Symposium 2022. Get ready. Today's a special day that marks a major milestone in our medical journey. It marks the beginning of an exciting period where we will learn more than ever before and finally become the physician that we all dreamed of being. Now, although today highlights a momentous journey ahead, it also serves as a tribute of the hard work that got us to this very point. For years, we put in the hard work that took the form of sleepless nights in the Harrison building, endless hours slapping the space bar in our favorite study spots, shout out Bona, and long days in the hospital and community clinics. Most importantly, this moment serves as a crashing crescendo of all the countless memories that we all forged together as a class and as a family. When we all first met at our revisit day, I knew instantly that our class was going to be something truly special. Knowing how arduous medical school would be, I knew that everyone in that room would quickly become the closest friends in my life. I was a bit overeager with this realization, so much so that I felt inclined to tell a group of individuals that I had just met that 1, we would all be best friends, and 2, we were sure to be in each other's weddings. I mean, was I wrong? I mean, come on. Hyperbole aside, I think we can all agree that we lucked out with a class that truly valued one another, and a class that was composed of legendary humans. Classmates such as Chantel Griffith. Yeah, woo, come on. A mother of 2 that has defeated every obstacle in her path, all while raising a beautiful family alongside her husband, Kenny. He's an honorary classmate at this point. She's also an exemplary student that matched in a very competitive residency in dermatology. It is no surprise that she won our class's Most Inspiring Classmate Award at our awards ceremony. In addition to Chantel, our class is composed of lieutenants in the Navy, paramedics, nurses, scientists, and Georgia football halftime show performers. Our class is also composed of individuals that have overcome some of life's greatest challenges and conquered barriers that many of us will rarely ever encounter. To them, sitting here today represents much more than 4 years of medical school, but a life of strength, perseverance, and sheer dedication. However different our paths and backgrounds, these 4 years united us and created memories that I will cherish forever, such as seeing the overwhelming talent of our class at MCG's Got Talent, dressing up at the sketchy Halloween party, House F's stolen victory at the House Olympics. I'm not upset, I'm just disappointed. And last but surely not least, playing in a band with my best friends, Liana, Barrett, and Lucas. With a class full of legends, it comes as no surprise that the class of 2022 matched at some of the most top programs throughout our country this year. I mean, look at this map. Look at this map right here. This is where we're all going for residency next year. Now, many of you will look at this map and see a vast footprint of academic prowess that extends coast to coast. However, I on the other hand, see this as a promising business endeavor that will ensure that my class will stay close together forever. So sharks, I present to you the MCG timeshare. A company that makes your future residency home our future residency home. Our class is widely known for its cohesion, so why not have a business model that ensures a reputation is here to stay? I have some great news for you all. Oh, no, the class dues are not going anywhere. Sorry, Isha. For an annual fee of $1,000, the MCG timeshare will give you access to our country's top cities. For example, you can fly on over to Nashville, Tennessee, the city of rock and roll, where legends are made on a stage or in a recording room. We have a whole band of classmates going to Nashville: Nick, Alexandra, Liana, John, Robert, Peyton, and Isha, all who are waiting for us to stay in their guest room and sleep on their couches. They'll take you to the best concert venues, a Nashville Predators game, and will have you saying howdy in a matter of seconds. If you are lucky, you can be in their debut album. Next on our stop will be the snow-covered mountains of Utah, where Barrett and Grant will be shredding it up on the frosty slopes. With endless hiking, beautiful wildlife, and diverse terrain, you will be in a perfect place to reminisce the good old days of Augusta. The next stop on our journey is New York City, the Big Apple where dreams are made of. Our freshly minted New Yorkers will take you to a show on Broadway, dance with Elmo on Times Square, and take you to see the Statue of Liberty, otherwise known as Chris Pham. Many of you have heard the song Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, but I doubt you knew that the line, "Big lights will inspire you," isn't referencing Times Square at all, but the big lights that Andy Huang will be shining in his patient's eyes in his ophthalmology residency. It's true, I've heard of it. Now, if you get tired of the East Coast, you will quickly find refuge on our next stop of the journey on the west coast of the golden state of California. Full of beaches, palm trees, movie stars, and earthquakes, you are in for a treat with director Phil and Oscar-winning Shinu as you hit Sunset Boulevard. Now, in the event Phil or Shinu are booked for the week, you always have a place to stay at our satellite San Diego location with the Yuch family. And for our final destination of this journey, you all know you always have a place to stay in Boston, Massachusetts, where you can watch your favorite team play, throw your favorite tea into the harbor, frankly, throw any IPA along with it, and tour our nation's most historic sites from the Freedom Trail to Paul Revere's church. BYOL, bring your own lantern. All jokes aside, we don't need a timeshare or any fancy events to keep our class close over the next chapter of life. The memories that we've shared, the challenges that we've faced, and the growth that we have all fostered alongside one another has created a bond that will last for years to come. I thank God frequently for the blessing that it has been to be a part of this class. I'm incredibly grateful to have shared the best 4 years of my life with you all. The medical school experience is usually not like this. And it is all because of each and every one of you sitting here today. Now, as I wrap up this speech, I want to go back to our very first day of medical school. On our first day, Dr. Fisher gave us a speech on what it means to be a doctor. This speech got our whole class fired up as we sat there eager to start the journey that lied ahead. He told us to write our name down on a piece of paper, followed by MD, and asked what it meant to us. Given these powerful words on our first day of medical school, I think that it is only right that I read some of the last few sentences on our last day of medical school. Dr. Fisher said, "If today is our last day on earth, let's make it a day that we could be proud of, where we had a joyful outlook, gave our assigned responsibilities our best effort, and made the people who came to play a part in our life today better off for having encountered us. That will often be your patients, but it may be one of your classmates, one of your professors, one of your residents, or even the person who sweeps up. You can close your eyes each night less anxious about some far-off goal and really be enjoying life's journey and all the great people, events, and beauty within it. And one of these days, you can sign your name with an MD after it and really know what it means. I think we've all accomplished these goals over these 4 years. We've enjoyed life's journey and all of the great people, events, and endless beauty within it. We no longer have to say one of these days, because that day is today. Yeah. A day where we can sign our name with an MD after it and truly know what it means. I love you all dearly. I cannot wait to see the impact that you all make in the world around you. Save me a spot on your new couches. Congratulations, 2022.
Christian Cullen announces the Athens class president, Taylor Tabb, prior to returning to his seat at stage. So it gives me great pleasure. Truly, it truly does give me great pleasure to introduce Taylor Tabb, who's the president of the Athens campus and has done a wonderful job in that capacity. Dr. Tabb.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Well, thanks, Christian. Good afternoon, everybody. Class of 2022, faculty, friends, and family. I'm so honored to be representing my classmates from the Medical Partnership campus in Athens. This ceremony marks an incredibly momentous achievement in our careers and in our lives. We have spent the last 4 years dreaming of the day when we could officially place those 2 special letters after our name. Like many of you, I've wanted to be a doctor since I was about 6 years old, and today is finally that day. The journey to this ceremony was made up of so many highs and lows, all of which were preparing us for what we will face during our careers in medicine. Our medical education started off on a high. We were all elated when we were accepted and excited to start the next step in our careers. Then we quickly hit a low. During that first module, when we realized just how much information we would be expected to learn in a week. I think those first couple of Friday quizzes humbled us all. Next, we were back on top when we received our long-awaited white coat and had our first standardized patient encounter. These were the moments many of us expected medical school to feel like. Sometimes there were both highs and lows in the same moments. Like all along the long hours spent studying with the people who quickly became our best friends. Whether you preferred to study at the library, coffee shop, or at home, we all had plenty of hours to bond during the mini breaks to get food or just because we were tired of staring at first aid. This pattern of highs and lows continued as we began our clinical rotations. One day you would feel on top of the world after concisely giving a patient presentation during rounds. The next you were defeated after snipping the knot of a suture one too many times in the OR. There were an endless number of peaks and valleys as we made our way through rotations, but consistently we were reminded why we chose a career in medicine. The service to others and dedication to our patients made the hard times so much more rewarding. I hope that as we move forward in our careers, through residency, research, or academics, we remember the lows we've experienced during the last 4 years, and we use these memories to empathize with our patients and our colleagues. Hooding is an exciting occasion for myself and my classmates, but it is a celebration for those who have helped us along the way. This event would not be possible without the faculty who dedicate their lives to teaching us about anatomy, histology, and physiology, or the preceptors who volunteer their time to shape the way we interact with patients and practice medicine. Most importantly, we would not be here without the support of our friends and family. For me, my mom, stepdad, fiance, and future in-laws have been the steadfast supporters that held me together during those tough times. Whoever these people are in your lives will continue to encourage you as you make your way through the many lows that lie ahead in residency. Despite all the hard work, we end this phase on the same way we started, on a high, elated to be finished with school and excited to start the next step in our journey. We are leaving this chapter behind, but we will take with us so much more than an education. We leave with colleagues who we will work with for years to come, mentors who will continue to guide us, and friends who have become family, friends who will be there for all of the life's highs and lows. I am so proud to be a part of this class of physicians who will make significant impacts in the field of medicine and in their patients' lives. I can't wait to see the incredible things you all accomplish. At this time, Dr. Pamela Tipler, a veteran who advises military medical students, will deliver the recognition of military service.
Numerous students have and continue to serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. Students in the class of 2022 who have prior or current military commitment, please stand and be recognized. Having served for 12 years in the Army, it has been my honor to be the military advisor for the HPSP students at MCG. It has been a blessing to know these students for the past 4 years. One of the core Army values is selfless service. These students decided to raise their right hand to serve their country. Selfless service is described in this way. You put the welfare of the nation, the military, and your subordinates before your own. Selfless service is larger than just one person. In serving your country, you are doing your duty loyally without the thought of recognition or gain. The basic building block of selfless service is the commitment of each team member to go a little further, endure a little longer, and look a little closer to see how he or she can add to the effort. You rely on your brother or sister, and they rely on you. Anyone who has served likely has thousands of examples of selfless service, large and small. We don't talk about it, we just do it. Long hours away from family, moving away from family and making new extended families, staying up late, waking up early, pulling an extra shift because you know or hope that your buddy is going to do the same for you, doing hard work for a long time with no end in sight because people are counting on you, just like you are counting on them. And of course, there is the ultimate sacrifice, that of a service member's life, which was always a possibility and much too often a reality. At this time, I would like to ask the following members of the graduating class to stand and be recognized for your selfless service. Kyle Wilkerson, Nina Thomason, Eudoxie Butaba, Brandon Sellers, Boyd Guttery, Lindsay Kangas. At this time, I ask all members of the stage party and audience who have served or continue to serve also stand and be recognized. Congratulations once again, doctors.
It is my pleasure to now announce Dr. Anil Puri from the Alumni Association, who will provide the Alumni Association induction address. Dr. Puri.
Wow. Hello, class of 2022. My name's Anil Puri, and it's my honor and privilege to represent the Medical College of Georgia Alumni Association. I bring you warm tidings from my home, the metropolis of Milledgeville, Georgia. On behalf of the Alumni Association, we want to congratulate each of you on your hooding today. in preparation for receiving your doctorate degree tomorrow. Before I get into any official Alumni Association business, I want to take a minute to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your special day. You are the stars of today. I still remember the sense of pride and accomplishment that I had when I walked across this stage in 2005. Savor it. You've earned it. It was a blessing for me to walk across this stage back then, and a true honor to be able to stand in front of you today. It's very humbling indeed. On a lighter note, thank you for giving me the chance to put on these really cool clothes. I really don't get to wear these at work, And thank you for allowing me to scratch speak at medical school graduation off of my bucket list. Dean Hess, I may want to go skydiving tomorrow. We could work on that next. Now, you've received very valuable advice from many folks who have vast experience and knowledge, and I'd simply like to leave you with just a few tidbits that I've learned over the last decade or so in medical practice. And if it sounds like you've heard some of this, I'm the one that got into Dr. Hatley's notes prior to the speech. Number one, be kind. There are plenty of mean people in this world. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. Be kind to your patients and everyone you meet, because compassion and kindness go hand in hand, and a physician without compassion is nothing. Number two, always put the patient in the center of what you do. Now, this one may sound intuitive and obvious, but in a world of insurance denials, managed care, prior authorizations, prior approvals, RVUs, and reimbursements, it's easy to let the patient drift off into left field. You will need to remind yourself of why you're here and what you're trying to achieve. Treat your patients the way you would want to treat your own family, or the way you want your family treated, and you will seldom go wrong. Number three, keep learning. It keeps the brain fresh, and it keeps you passionate about your work. Take time to discuss cases with your colleagues, attend meetings, or better yet, teach medical students. The students from your class and other classes have kept me sharp and keeping me from becoming a dinosaur. Their enthusiasm is infectious, and it really reminds me of why I did this to begin with. And finally, number four, make time for your family and friends. Time's your most valuable asset, and time spent with your family and friends outside of work will help you maintain balance and make you better in your calling as a physician. Speaking of family, I would like to remind you that the MCG Alumni Association is also your family. We send you our best wishes for success in your career, as well as in your personal endeavors. Your success is our success. And remember that you can always call on us for advice or support any step of the way. Now on to official business. I am here today to induct you, the class of 2022, into the MCG Alumni Association. Established in 1891, the Alumni Association's mission is to support the interest of the Medical College of Georgia while promoting loyalty and fellowship among alumni. Our association tries to give back to our most junior colleagues by way of scholarships, as well as class activities like freshman orientation and today's hooding ceremony. We recognize the professional achievement of faculty and alumni and host regional dinner meetings, CME opportunities, and many great events during Alumni Weekend. My friends, I have a personal request for you. Stay connected with us. Stay connected with us. We will be rooting for you. Remember us as well. When the time comes, give back. We love money, but if you can't, but if you can't give us that, give us your time. Engage. Maybe train the doctors of tomorrow to make your MCG the best it can be. Visit our website and Facebook often, and please ensure that we have your new physical and email addresses as you move to the next phase of your life. Many of you will be leaving here to train in all parts of the country, but as we say in Milledgeville, come back and see us, you hear? Now it's my esteemed privilege on behalf of the MCG Alumni Association to induct you, the class of 2022, into the Medical College of Georgia Alumni Association. After watching the stock market for the last few days, the board has decided there will be no membership dues for the first 4 years. Yeah. We know that each of you will be an outstanding physician and represent MCG well. Again, we congratulate you on achieving one of the most outstanding goals of your life. Thank you very much. And at this time, I'd like to request Dr. Havas to make some closing remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Puri. And now it is my privilege to bring us to the conclusion of this program and to end the end of this chapter of your education. Some of you will leave this auditorium and travel far from here, and some of you will continue to work alongside each other in residency and long into the future. Wherever the path leads as you leave this celebration, know that you have helped to shape the lives of those sitting beside you. Those you met during orientation, those you met before the pandemic, a time before some of you were married, before some of you became parents, and before your clerkships and before you chose your future path. Your personal lives continued while you were in medical school and will continue as you enter into the next chapter. When you leave today, know that we send you with the well wishes of this entire faculty and the staff who supported your admission to MCW or to Medical College of Georgia, your training, and your graduation today. We send you with the legacy of all the physicians who have graduated from the Medical College of Georgia in the preceding 189 years of graduations. Take care of each other and take care of yourselves. You are the promise of the medicine in years to come. You're all invited to a reception immediately following this ceremony at the Old Medical College, just 1 block from here. We ask that you please remain seated until the stage party recesses, and the official conferring of your degrees will occur tonight from President Keel this evening. But it is now my pleasure to welcome all of you as my colleagues and doctors of medicine. Congratulations.